NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Players. Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
It's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320. And there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. Settles in over the putt. So a good birdie, and the score looks good too. 2 under for the tournament. How about this second, a par 5?
Well, if you're brave, you try and flash it down that tree line down the left, but there's a couple of limbs that poke out. Every now and again, they catch an errant tee shot.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole.
Second shot.
Player elected to lay back here, Frank, but still a chance. Green light special.
It is. A good layup here in the middle of the fairway. You can basically go at any flag position now.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Good birdie right there.
Yeah, this game, when you can't win, it's all about top 10s, top 20s. Currently, that's exactly where they stand.
Now the par 3 third.
Not overly long, but 2 is a rarity here. Difficult green, and you don't see a lot of tee shots actually finish close here for some unknown reason.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie. Sneaking into contention here. That birdie.
Top 15 now on the leaderboard. And we pick up action at the 4th. Frank, I've been impressed with the play to this point early in the round.
Yeah, it's solid without being spectacular. And that's actually a huge compliment.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, the second here at the 4th is a dangerous shot.
Once again, this is another example of where you have to look at the green. Where exactly is the flag? If it's on that high portion, you've got to fly it all the way back.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie.
It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot. That one will definitely hurt.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Knocks that putt in for par to stay at 3 under. 5th hole here at TPC Sawgrass. Long par 4. What's the challenge, Frank?
Depending, really, if you're a long or short hitter, the long hitters have the luxury of taking it over the corner of the bunker down the right. Shorter hitters really play at that bunker down the left, 320 run up.
Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long. Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Hole's 4 1/4 inches. Could have done with one light slightly bigger.
So they'll tap in. He'll take par and move on. Frank, this isn't a hole that sort of jumps out at you the way, say, 17 does.
Yeah, a lot of times people will just sort of gloss over it, but anytime you get a par 4 into 400 yards, it's a great opportunity. But once again, a positional hole. Take advantage of it. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, now the second shot here at hole number 6.
Yeah, not overly long, but be very aware of these palm trees that are short. Many a shot's caught those trees coming into this green.
What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. 8-foot putt here. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. This for par. 3 under on the day. Frank, what do you think of the 7th?
Interesting par 4 for 2 reasons. The undulating green on the end of the hole that also shapes to the right. That makes it look like a dogleg right. But really, you want to play that tee shot just inside those pot bunkers down the right side.
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
Beautiful display of ball striking today. Really in control. And that's another GIR, green in regulation. And you have to like that. 4 under. Frank, this is a hole that I really like. The 8th, 237-yard par 3. Just a necklace of bunkers surrounding the green. What's the best approach?
You come out through that chute or that hallway of trees there, and this being the longest of the 4 par 3s of TPC Sawgrass, the green actually plays much smaller than what it looks because of that narrow entry.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot and getting ready for the putt. Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Frank, the 9th is really a good par 5, isn't it?
There's so many options here. Just play it away, sort of 3-wood it down there, then go to the right and sort of wedge it on the green. But it's very tempting, especially in the right wind conditions. And that's if they're coming over your shoulder for a right-hander from right to left. Then this par 5 is very reachable. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard. Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, 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 rough.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he was thinking on that.
In the greenside bunker, Frank, little bit of a problem. And Frank, that steady play continues.
Rock solid. Excellent approach shot.
Sizable putt from 16 feet. Frank, a solid par right there, maintains his position. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Good contact, good result. Frank, earlier in the day, we were talking about how this round was pretty much off the rails. I'm shocked that he's put it back together.
Yeah, he looked early on completely out of it.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now the time to be aggressive. Par 5, 558-yard, 11th hole, Frank. What's the key here?
Tee it high and let it fly. This is the big chance here. This is one of the widest fairways on the golf course. This is where you chance it all.
Oh, he loves that one. You can see it. This one is high, it is deep, and it is gone.
Second shot.
Headed for the bunker, I think. That's a bit offline in the rough. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in.
Well, from in trouble, Rich, at least he's back in play.
On the fairway from the rough. In the cup. What a shot. Can't get much better than that. Now to the par 4 12th, and it's a pretty short hole, Frank.
Yeah, Pete Dye often doesn't get enough credit for his short par 4s. This is a great example where one of the features of it is the blind second shot, just to give you a little bit of doubt on judging the distance.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
And he's made the green. Well, you can see it there. Feels very good about what he's doing. That's a nice par putt. Stays at 6 under. One of the great things about this golf course, Frank, a variety of par 3s, different yardages. Here at the 13th, 181-yard par 3.
Yeah, this is where you have to be careful on the tee there. Anything left's just going to be eaten up by that lake. Matter of fact, if you hit one with a little bit of a hook and it catches the mound, it can still kick into the lake. So this one here, just be a little cautious on the tee.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
How about 7 under par now? Frank, 14 is so often a pivotal hole here at the TPC Sawgrass.
It is, Rich. And when you see a player hit 2 shots comfortably on this green, you think, what's all the problems about 14? But when you see someone stray left or stray right, you realize that 14 is a real bed.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Well, that's how you do it. Hit it close, take the pressure off that putt. That one should be no problem. Shouldn't be a problem here. That was a nice birdie and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
A series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
Back to the TPC Sawgrass, the 15th hole. It's a par 4 as we make our way to this finishing stretch. And Frank, what's in store for the players here?
Another one of those par 4s around 450 yards. Ideally hit it tee shot down the right side, keeping it away from that bunker, but that's a flat bunker down the right with no lip, so it's still not too bad. Biggest problem here is that green. So many undulations on this green.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
Frank hit it 9 feet all day. You'll have a good round. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Beautifully done. That's a birdie. Frank, you're one behind. Sunday afternoon, you're trying to win one of the game's great championships. Is this a spot that you love as a competitor, the 16th hole of par 5, with a chance to make a lot of noise?
It's a spot you cannot hide from, Rich, because you know exactly there. If you haven't looked at a scoreboard, you can feel it from the atmosphere.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Yeah, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Just a couple of feet. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Frank, a couple different ways to watch golf as a fan. You could follow your favorite player for a number of holes, or you can park yourself in one spot. I think one of the better ones is the hill behind the 17th at TPC Sawgrass.
Yeah, and that's why the reaction of the fans is so different. If you followed that player the whole way around, you've lived and died on every shot he's hit. Meanwhile, if you're stuck at a hole, you want to see some tragedy, you want to see some great shots, and consequently you get that divergence of different type of fan.
Eyeing this putt for a birdie. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Now to the 18th hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. Frank, and another example of visual intimidation from the designer, Pete Dye.
Those wooden bulkheads that go all the way down the left side of 18 give you like an optical illusion, Rich. And there's not a single fairway bunker on the right to give you something specifically to aim at. So you've got to fixate on one of those trees. This is not a hole where you want to be looking at anything other than a specific target.
Frank, you found dry land. That's the good news. But now you have this second shot, which is very daunting.
Yeah, once again, you're looking at water on the left side, so the tendency is to miss it on the right. But that's a very, very difficult up and down. This is another second shot. You've just got to brave it.
Well, I'm reminded of what an old caddy used to say about the great Lanny Watkins when he was on fire. You can't hide the flagstick from that man. Oh, I thought he had that. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just to tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. Well, Frank, round 1 in the books. Look who's on top of the leaderboard.
And that's with some strong play today. They don't really need to look back. Strong play heading into the second round tomorrow.